Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's video, I am going to show you some changes that I made to the portfolio, and I'm also going to make some changes live on today's video. Before we get to that, as usual, if you haven't joined us on the Patreon account, please do so. That really helps the channel. Okay, you get access to the Discord, you get access to the Sharia compliant investing ebook, you get access to the ETF trackers, the dividend trackers, you've got the stock watch list, and now we've created a daily watch list where basically you can request any company to be added to, and I will add it as soon as I possibly can. So that's the plan, inshallah. If you haven't liked the videos, please do so. There's 50% of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. It will really help channel if you can join us and like the videos, please. That out of the way, I'm going to talk about couple of things first. I trimmed one of the companies, okay, that I own, and that company is Microsoft. Microsoft has been one of the companies in the portfolio for a very long time. I've always said how much I actually love this company, how much I love their business model and everything about the company, and I've always said that. Not much has changed, but I will explain to you why I decided to sell about half of my stocks. When I made the sale, I was up, I think, about £1,600, and I will show you, just to be transparent with you, that I made a sale of 7.1 shares, and that was just under £2,000. And as you can see here, that was a profit of £802 that I made, which is quite nice. I've also made some sales long time ago. I can't remember last time. Yeah, there are about 2 shares there, and at the time I made about £140. Now, the reason I decided to sell this company is not because of the latest earnings report. The latest earnings report was absolutely amazing. So they beat both top and bottom lines. The revenue basically it grew, and year on year, so the revenue basically from 56.5, so year on year it was up almost at 13%, which is quite a lot, and they beat that by 1.9, almost of $2 billion. It has nothing to do with the growth side of it. In fact, the cloud side of things was absolutely amazing. Now, sometimes you have to make a decision, because what we're doing here is trying to manage a portfolio. This portfolio of now 26 different stocks. And what I'm trying to do is manage this so that at least sometimes when you have made so much profit in one company, you don't basically take the risk of, just losing all that money. And I've seen that before. I've had a couple of companies that went almost to like £2,000 or whatever, and then came back down to almost nothing. So what I'm trying to do is manage the portfolio, so trim where I need to and add money to companies that I feel like right now will be better off. Microsoft is still a company that I'm watching. I'm waiting for them to report, because this was Q1. So I'm gonna, like I said last time, I'm gonna wait it basically until the addition of AI and see how that goes, to see the 5% when it comes to overall business side of things. Okay, but right now I felt like I needed to take some basically money off the table, some profit, which is about £800, over £800, and then add it to companies that I need to purchase more of. So in terms of the business side of it, nothing has changed. It's doing an absolutely amazing job. I just felt like, you know what, I just need to trim it for now. And of course, maybe later on, I might need to trim it a little bit further, or maybe get rid of it completely if it just passes that 5%, because it is kind of borderline right now. So I'm just waiting to go through again the full earnings report, and then I'm going to check that again, inshallah. So for now, there's nothing wrong with the company. Like I said, again, don't go away and buy it, but just make sure from a Sharia compliance side of things, you're comfortable with what I've always said, okay? And also you need to do your own research in terms of the business side of things. So what have I done with that money? Oh, by the way, before we move on, that £800 of profit here, I am giving away basically 5% of that money. And the reason for that is because of the 5%, basically business side of it is kind of gray areas because it's questionable. So I'm going to give away basically that 5% of that £800 inshallah to charity. That's my own decision. Okay, there's no rule that says you should be doing that, I think, but that's something inshallah I would like to do, and I've always done that with the dividends that comes from this company. I always give away at least a minimum of 5%, alhamdulillah, and that's just to basically what I like to do. Right, now let's talk about what I'm doing with that money. So that money is now sitting here, and what are we going to do today? What we're going to do is add to S&P Global. I've had this company for a while. I'm trying to build this company to be at least 5% or if not more of my portfolio. Right now it's trading $351 per share. The intrinsic value, according to Morningstar, is $375 per share, which means it's undervalued about 7% right now. The company has a wide economic moat. The company basically does a lot of the credit rating, financial index, commodity, and so on. So it is a very good in terms of the business side of things. It's not business that just gonna, if the recession happens, is going to stop, because people are gonna need their data. Companies need their data, and the company needs to be rated and so on. Financial companies like banks and all of that need to be rated, and this company is one of the best out there. Now, in terms of looking at their ratings from Seeking Alpha, you can see here, Seeking Alpha, it says buy, and Wall Street is saying it's a strong buy. So if we look at Wall Street, for example, their price target for this company is $437 right now, and that's about almost 25% upside from where it is right now. So you've got 14 people saying it's a strong buy, 8 saying it's a buy, and then 2 said it's a hold. Now Seeking Alpha, it's basically no strong buys, 4 buys, and 2 holds. Looking at in terms of earnings, if we look at the future earnings, for example, and we're looking at EPS estimates for the next couple of years, you can see, if we just focus on the first 3, you can see it's double digits. Now, in terms of revenue side of it, you can see about 5%, 7%, about 7%, and then so on moving forward. So it is solid business. It's growing their earnings about double digits right now. The revenue is heading the right directions. They do have a cash flow of, I think it's about $3 billion there, which is quite good. So that covers the dividends and so on. And when you look at the sector side of things, so this is not a decision I just made. I thought, you know what, let me just add more of this. If you look at my portfolio now, because I've sold the Microsoft, you can see now I've got 21% information technology. Okay, and 23 is now industrial. So industrials, I'm not actually going to touch them for a while. Healthcare, consumer staples, financials, I'm still adding to the materials and consumer discretionary, as well as the real estate. So financials are right now about 10%, and that's one of the reasons I want to add more basically of this company. Although I have only got one company. In fact, I think I lied. It's not only one company. There's 2 companies in there, Visa and S&P Global. Okay, Visa and MasterCard have now been added to the financials. Before, they used to be in the technology side of it. They've been added to the financials. That doesn't mean they're basically not Sharia compliant, by the way. And now some of you asked me this question. So that's the first company. So what we're going to do now is go back here, go to S&P Global, just to show you and be transparent with you guys. I'm going to buy, so right now I own 12.5 shares, so I'm gonna buy 3.43 just to round things up, which is about less than £4 less than 1,000. Okay, and I'm gonna send that to the market. That should now change. So $350 per share is where my price is at right now. It would be around the same because I'm just tiny bit up there. So there you go. So it hasn't changed much in terms of that. So but now I own 16 shares of this company. The next one we're supposed to look at today is another one that has been beaten so far a lot. Okay, for this year. So it's since the beginning of the year, they've done about 12%. For the 1 year, they've done about 19%. Now look, this company, if you look at Seek and Morningstar, right now it's a 4 stars, mean it's about 25% discounted right now. $317 per share is where they think the price should be, and right now it's only 240. So 317 is where they think the price should be, and according to Seeking Alpha, okay, as you can see, Quant is saying it's a buy, Wall Street is a buy, and Seeking Alpha analyst is just saying a hold. If we look at Wall Street, their price target, so 7 strong buys, 4 buys, and 6 hold. The average price target for this is $308 per share, which is about 28% upside from where we are right now. So looking at earnings and moving forward, so earnings estimate for the next couple of years, EPS, when we look at the FFO estimates, you can see here it's about 5%, 3%, almost 5%, and then so on. When we look at the revenue side of it, we're looking at about 6.5%, 4%, 5%, 5%, and then so on. So it's a solid business. It has excellent dividend. It's actually one of the companies that I have had in the portfolio for quite some time. And I want to average down because I am actually down right now about 19%. So what we're going to do now is buy 5.2 shares of this company. That's about just over £1,000 and send that to the market. Okay, that should hopefully reduce this, okay, $298 per share to 284 right now. So good, and alhamdulillah. Sometimes, you know, some companies, of course, it is change, averaging it down. Some companies like the S&P Global, it was exactly the same as what I paid for a while ago. So I don't mind doing this. Sometimes you have to look at your portfolio and you might have to trim something and buy something else to add to another company, or you just dollar cost average and basically add a fresh new money every single month. Like just this week, I think I've added just over £400. I'm taking advantage of the fact that a lot of the stocks are down, like companies like MasterCard, which is actually on my watch list, is actually down almost 6% today. So there are other companies that are down quite a bit. But again, remember, when you think about the bigger picture, some of these companies, especially tech, has gone up so much. So don't be fooled just straight away jumping into conclusion, because some of them are up almost 60%, 70% since the beginning of the year. So you have to be careful. So there's a bit more money left, about £117, and I think that will be for, I'm gonna add some of the UK based companies tomorrow, inshallah, to basically add it to the ones that I have. I'm not buying any new UK stock yet. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you like the transparency. I hope you like what we're doing here. And the most important thing is, please don't follow everything I'm doing here. Just always do your own research. Find out everything. Yeah, basically whatever you want to do, just make sure you have enough information before you do it. Okay, what I'm trying to do here is just be transparent, share my journey with you guys. And if it helps you guys, inshallah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join us on the Patreon, because it really genuinely helps. It takes a lot of time and effort to put some of these videos together, and I really appreciate if you can join us, inshallah. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu Alaikum.